Pause for a moment, dear one, and listen to the warmth of my voice calling out to your heart. I am the Lord your God, and I want to remind you of how precious you are to me. I see every tear you cry, every worry you carry, and every silent prayer you whisper in the darkness. I know there have been moments when fear overshadowed your hope, moments when you thought your happiness would never return. But look how far you've come. See how my hand has guided you through storms you once believed impossible to overcome. I promise you this: I will keep arranging your circumstances until every word I have spoken over your life comes to pass. Trust that my plans for you are good and perfect. When doubt knocks at your heart, remember my unfailing promise. I am here and I will never leave you. Feel my calm presence right now, filling every corner of your soul with peace that no worldly trouble can disturb. Let me hold the burdens you've carried for too long. Place them in my hands and rest in my embrace. Lay your sorrows before me and tell me what troubles you. For every word you speak in prayer, I will give you strength and guide you to the solutions you seek. You do not have to face your struggles alone. When your knees touch the ground and your prayers ascend like doves to my throne, I hear you. Despite what doubt may whisper, do not believe for a moment that I could ever abandon you. My love for you is steadfast. Nothing you do and nowhere you go can separate you from it, even if the entire world stands against you. If friends fade away and family turns its back, know that you are never abandoned, never rejected in my sight. My eyes are constantly upon you, overseeing your needs and guarding your path. Right now, my peace is washing over you, calming your anxious thoughts and soothing your weary heart. Loneliness flees in my presence, and my grace surrounds you like a tender embrace, reminding you how deeply cherished you are. I value you more than you can imagine. I protect your every step, shielding you from dangers you cannot see. I admire how steadfast your faith has remained, despite the trials life has thrown at you. You continue to give generously to those around you, even when no thanks is returned, and I notice every selfless act. Never doubt the love I have for you. Each day, I am ready to refresh your spirit and fill your soul with new strength. Come closer and let your head rest against my shoulder. Inhale deeply and let my love drive away all fear and exhaustion. Even if everyone else fails you, I will be your refuge, a fortress that no adversity can penetrate. I will comfort you when sadness attempts to overwhelm your mind and heart, and in the midst of confusion, you will hear the gentle melody of my Holy Spirit singing truth into the depths of your soul. Know that I am pouring my love into you at this very moment. Feel it revive your spirit. Feel it remind you that no matter how big the problem or how dark the night, my presence is right beside you, offering hope and new beginnings. I have promised to carry you through every valley, to hold you above every wave, and to light your way on even the darkest path. My beloved, do you see how deeply I care for you? Let your heart be still for a moment and hear my voice speaking tenderly to your soul. I will take every trial and injustice set against you and turn it into victory in your favor. But do not forget, this is a battle, and the enemy is working hard to keep you from receiving the blessings I have prepared for you. So stay alert, stay vigilant. Let your heart be filled with faith each time you say my name. Say it out loud. Think it with your mind. Write it with your hand, and carve it into your heart. I, the Lord, have all power to help you. I can, I want to, and I will. I see your thoughts, and I know the kindness that flows from your heart. The challenges you are facing right now are not meant to destroy you, but to prepare you, to strengthen your spirit for what lies ahead. On the other side of this storm, there is a land flowing with happiness and more than enough provision. Never forget how far you've come. Do not fear, and do not lose hope. If you allow just a moment of distraction, it can lead you astray. So I urge you, my child, keep that holy fire burning within your soul. Even in moments of rest, set aside time to connect with me. Open your heart in prayer, because there are wonders I desire to show you. Revelations that will uplift you and bring blessings upon your family. Gather your loved ones. Bring them close. Hold hands. Look into each other's eyes, and ask for forgiveness where it is needed. Then raise your hearts together in a sincere prayer to me. Believe in my promise without doubt. Afterward, speak to them of all the things I am doing in you, how I will transform your life, your circumstances, and your future. For truly, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my holy name, I am there in the midst of them, pouring out my favor. And now if your soul longs for a genuine hug, come. Draw near to me. Feel my arms encircle you. Feel the steady beat of my divine heart reassuring you that I will never let you go. I see every hidden need you have. I hear every silent plea you make. I want to guide you out of lack, to heal your body and your mind. I love you with a fierce, unchanging love. Each day, I will reaffirm that love through a kind whisper in your thoughts, a gentle presence in your dreams, and the daily nourishment of my words that revive your spirit like crystal clear waters. When morning breaks, know that my glory is already there, embracing you, dressing you with strength, preparing you to face life's battles with courage and hope. I fill your mind with uplifting truth so you can walk boldly, trusting that I will never leave your side. I hear the cry of your heart for a miracle, and I stand ready to make it happen. Believe this now. Let a victorious smile break across your face, and let your eyes shine with renewed faith. Rise, my champion. It is time to conquer every obstacle. Let me shield you with my holy mantle, so the coldness and negativity of this world cannot harm you. Know that I see you as you truly are, a person of integrity and boundless compassion, even on days when you wrestle with shame or regret. So much beauty lives inside you. That is why you must keep pushing forward for the dreams and the people you love. My beloved child, I speak these words of life directly into your soul. Do not cling too tightly to earthly possessions. They may seem immense or valuable, but compared to the wonders of my kingdom, they are but small pebbles. Many people have exchanged their destiny for a patch of land, given up my perfect plan for temporary gain, and forgotten the priceless gift of everlasting life. But I say to you, do not fear. Even when you have much and even when you have little, I am still your shepherd who cares for you deeply. Today, I come to rescue you from what holds you back. I come to save you, to liberate you, to heal the wounds you carry, to gift you peace beyond understanding, to bless you in ways you never imagined, and to lift you out of your troubles. My mercy and my favor will follow you like a comforting shadow wherever you go. I will fill your table with plenty, and in the presence of those who once doubted you, I will make sure you have more than enough. For your family and for you, I will pour out joy that cannot be contained. I see how you have walked in the darkness of sadness and despair, feeling as though hope had slipped through your fingers. You feared heaven's doors were locked against you, convinced you would never receive an answer to your prayers. But let me remind you of my promise. I have always heard your cries. When you called out to me in desperation, I was there to protect you from harm, sheltering you from tragic moments and painful situations. I held your very life in the palm of my hand. Even when you felt so bewildered that you couldn't sense my presence, I never once turned away. In your pain and confusion, you looked at the relentless attacks of those who tried to harm you. You even considered straying from my side, but your faith never truly died. Deep in your soul, a tiny flame continued to burn, whispering a truth you already know. You have a heavenly Father who loves you beyond all measure. In the first rays of morning I sang over you, my celestial melody echoing from the heavens to remind you that you are treasured, that I watch over you, that I care for every detail of your life. So when the enemy returns with his deceitful lies, trying to fill your heart with doubt, remember these words. My life belongs to the Lord. My soul rests safely in His hands. Declare your loyalty to me, your almighty and sovereign God. I want to hear you say it. I want you to write it down. I want you to seal it in your heart. Loyal to my God forever. Believe it with unwavering conviction. That is how it was in the beginning, how it is now, and how it will forever be. Stand guard against any thought that diminishes my boundless love for you. Never allow doubt to cloud your vision of who I am. Reflect on the countless wonders I have already done in your life. Let those memories stir your courage to keep moving forward, to keep fighting, and to persist toward your ultimate destiny. If you allow the whispers of defeat to linger in your mind, you give the enemy a foothold to accuse you and cause you turmoil. And if you lean on the advice of those who despise you or my name, they will rob you of your peace, your passion, your joy, and the blessings meant for you. If you sense distance or feel abandoned, understand that it is not because I have stepped away from you. It is the weight of life's storms that has threatened to smother the spark of faith burning in your soul. Yet take courage. Your faith remains alive within you. Let its embers blaze once more. Feel that holy fire reigniting, chasing off the shadows of fear and doubt. You were not created to walk in anger, discouragement, or endless defeat. Your rightful place is here beside me, wrapped in my presence and my unshakable peace. Drink deeply of my joy, for I am speaking to you even now, the sign you pleaded for in your anxious heart. You wondered if I truly heard you, and my reply is this. I have been listening all along. My love for you is unchanging, and I am pouring out blessings that will overwhelm you with gladness. You need not despair any longer, for I am your healer, your protector, your provider, the one who rescues you and restores your hope. Every step you take toward me is a step into my mercy and favor. Hold nothing back when you seek me. Let your soul crave my presence the way desert sands thirst for water. Do not forget the miracles I've already prepared for you, waiting for the moment you open your heart fully. My words are sustenance to your spirit. Feed on them and allow them to strengthen you. You can sense it, can't you? That gentle nudge of my spirit telling you the time for change has arrived. It's time to cast aside anger and unhealthy influences, to bathe yourself in the pure river of my love. When I whisper softly, do not resist me. When I gently call, do not turn away. And when I correct you, cling to my love with even greater devotion. My discipline is proof of how deeply I care for you. I promise to rescue you from the grip of every enemy that threatens to pull you down, to set free every repentant heart from the brink of destruction. Each day you come to me with faith. I hear the cry of your heart. Indeed, I wait for you each morning, eagerly listening for your prayer. It delights me to hear how confidently you speak to me, convinced that I watch over you and will never forsake you. In times of weariness, rest your head on my shoulder and share your struggles with me. I am your closest friend, your confidant, and your refuge. Your past mistakes do not anger me, and your secrets do not chase me away. I have an extraordinary plan for you. You will lead and influence an entire community, bringing hope where there was despair, light where there was darkness, and strength where there was weakness. Believe it without hesitation. Prepare yourself, because what I have promised will surely come to pass. Do not allow fear to creep in, for I will supply everything you need, guiding you to walk in humility and wisdom. You will handle the abundance I give you with grace, multiplying it for my glory and for the good of others. When you bow your head to pray, remember to thank me not only for the gifts you already see, but also for those still on the way. Let your prayers be filled with joy and faith, knowing they rise before my heavenly throne like incense. The words you speak are more powerful than you can imagine. Like sharpened swords, they tear down walls of doubt, sadness, and every oppressive thought. Right now, I want you to stand up, lift your hands, and give me thanks, freely, boldly. You are engaged in a spiritual battle, and every negative feeling is losing its grip on your home this very moment. They must leave and will never return. Look around you. From this day on, you will notice a soft, calming presence filling every room of your house. Open your doors and windows wide to let my peace flood in. Do not fear any evil, for my angels are stationed around your family, standing guard to defend you from every hidden threat. Let me share a secret. You are not here by accident. Before I formed the universe, I wrote your life story. I laid eyes on you with affection long before your first breath. I molded you with unbreakable courage, giving you the determination of a true victor. Every storm you've endured, every rejection you've faced, has been used to forge that champion's heart within you. You and I both know your hardships have only made you stronger. Take action now. Feel my words stirring in your spirit, reminding you there's a grand purpose waiting to unfold in your life. It's time for my will to be carried out. Leave behind complaints, confusion, and the naysayers who ignore my truth. I offered them wisdom, but they chose not to trust me. Do not follow their example, and do not lean on them for support. My beloved, there is no room for fear in your life, not when I stand at your side, and not when my power far exceeds any obstacle you might face. Even if your problems loom large, even if enemies gather and giants seem to rise against you, remember, my word is more potent than any army, stronger than any threat. Lift up your faith as a mighty shield, and watch how 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand. Let your eyes witness the force of my powerful voice, scattering those who wish you harm. Yes, my child, I will astonish you. I will fill your life with wonders far beyond your imagination. Today, I am pouring out rivers of peace and hope upon you, washing away every trace of anguish with each word you read, each whisper you hear. Drink deeply from my living water, pure, crystalline, and healing, so that you are strengthened from the inside out. Greet every sunrise with trust in me, for I care profoundly that you remain well, confident, and joyful in spirit. Walk through your day smiling, allowing holy joy to radiate from your face. This world craves your despair. It urges you to push me aside, to wake up immersed in sadness, allowing darkness to creep through your windows. It tempts you to sink into discouragement, to dwell in bitterness, and to speak only of defeat. But I declare, that is not the life I have in store for you. Who else loves you as I do? Who else drew near your door today to offer you unconditional love and fresh hope? No one. Only I have ever-present grace to give. I want you to close your eyes in stillness and sense my waterfalls of love coursing through every chamber of your heart. If someone who failed you still lingers there, allow me to set you free from that pain. Surrender your wounded feelings to my healing touch, so that nothing and no one displaces the place I alone should hold in your life. Give me first place. Trust in my unwavering loyalty. Rest in the promise that I will never fail you. My love is genuine, untainted, and everlasting. When you doubt or feel too weary to hope, remember this. I am your heavenly Father, with boundless affection for you. Let me prove it by flooding you with blessings, and guiding you away from harm. Even when those closest to you stumble, even when you stumble, never forget that I will not deny you my grace or turn away from you in your weakness. I come to you today, offering all that I am. Let your heart be open to receive my healing presence, my life-changing power, and my endless compassion. Recall the times you thought no one cared, the days that felt empty and cold. I was there listening to your quiet prayers, longing to soothe your pain. Your past may have cut deep, and you may have believed love was out of reach, but I keep reaching for you, day after day, moment by moment. I delight in watching over you. I delight in blessing you. I delight in giving you every spiritual treasure and gift, freedom that unlocks your soul, unshakable joy, provision for every need, and a steadfast purpose that illuminates each step you take. Faith, gentleness, wisdom, temperance. These and more are waiting for you in my hands. Take them. Embrace them. Trust that I have prepared an abundant and eternal life for you, far surpassing anything you could ever imagine. I declare to you that victory is already yours, fully and completely. Every conflict, every crisis, every shadow of lack, every enemy lurking in the darkness has been overcome by my sovereign hand. The order has been given in the heavenly realms, and no force on earth can stand against it. Rise up today in courage and march forward, facing any giant that tries to threaten your peace. Speak with boldness, write it down, shout it from the depths of your heart. I believe it, for I, the Lord your God, am watching over you, shielding you, and guiding your steps each moment of the day. I am the only remedy for your sorrows, the one who lifts every burden. I alone am your divine healer, holy, supernatural, and ever faithful. I am your counselor, the one who opens doors no one can close, who makes a way where there seems to be no path. I am your provider, always ready to supply every need. Your life and your future rest in the palm of my hand, and the covering of my love embraces you and your family. That protective mantle is stronger than the fiercest storm. Right now, my presence surrounds you in a powerful and personal way. You sought me with a sincere heart, and I am here, whispering words of life into your soul. Take these promises and let them replace the thoughts that caused you pain yesterday. Even if your natural eyes cannot see me, your spirit can feel me. You can trust my promise to turn every hardship into a testimony of grace. Do not be moved by confusion or the noise of this world. Walk onward, holding my hand as I guide you gently along a path made holy by my love. My voice stills the raging seas, and my authority causes the storms to bow in silence. Rest under my shelter, and let my peace be so deep that the darkness of night can no longer frighten you. Never turn from my presence, or let go of my guiding hand. Each new day is a priceless gift, an opportunity to keep fighting and believing. Leave the failures of the past behind. Cast out the negative thoughts that once tried to trap you in defeat. Renew your mind with words of life. Keep watch over what leaves your lips, for words hold great power. They can destroy innocent hearts or build them up. Let every word you speak echo wisdom, hope, and edification. Do not let the enemy deceive you into believing you are beyond transformation, that your future is a dead end, or that you must surrender to despair. With me, nothing is impossible. Hold fast to this truth regardless of any storm that arises. Your life, your destiny, your finances, your family relationships, even the deepest conflicts, no matter how daunting, are never beyond my reach. Simply ask, and I can begin my work in you today. I will not tell you it will be without challenges, but I promise that I will stand beside you, giving you my strength, my love, and my mighty power. I long for your well-being, and I am ready to perform the miracle you need. Trust in me. Believe these words. Surrender your heart and watch how I, the Lord your God, transform every trial into a triumph. Your victory is assured. Embrace it and walk forward in my everlasting peace. My precious child, do you realize how much I love you? Do you see how much I have already done for you? When I carried the cross on my back, I did it with a holy purpose. I knew there would come a day when you would walk a lonely road, facing harsh words and deep wounds that others would place upon your heart. I saw each moment of your suffering, every tear, every sigh, every silent cry, and it moved me with compassion. I chose to endure the cruelest torment so that you could rise above every shadow and pain that seeks to destroy you. Through my death and resurrection, I opened the door to an eternal life of freedom, fullness, and unshakable joy. But, my child, you must believe. Let my word renew your thoughts. Where confusion once clouded your mind, a river of pure, life-giving wisdom will now flow. Where your heart once carried sadness and despair, I will fill it with joy and purpose. I will replace the crippling doubt that held you back with a bold passion for living. And now I say this: love yourself as I love you. Forgive yourself because I have already taken your faults far away, never to return. Surrender your heart to me. I invite you again, in all seriousness, to place your whole heart in my hands. Once you do, I will remove the burdens that cause your face to reflect sorrow. You will discover a new courage you never imagined possible, strong enough to defeat the battles that have haunted you since childhood. You know exactly what those battles are, the painful memories that keep you awake at night. I have chosen you to rise up, to conquer, and to inspire others. People will see my hand at work in your life and marvel at the power of my plans fulfilled through someone with a humble heart. Perhaps you struggle to accept the rich inheritance of hope I want to give you. You might think it is all too good to be true. But I tell you, my treasures are not meaningless or empty. They are eternal. If you receive them with humility, they will fill you with a mighty courage. Brace yourself, for I am also at work in your surroundings. You will see changes in people, in events, and in circumstances that once seemed unmovable. Your entire being, spirit, mind, and body, belongs to me. Let me prove I can shape you into someone you never thought you could be. Others will be awed by your newfound strength, tenacity, and overflowing joy. So I ask you again, give me your heart. Right here, right now, let me begin a powerful transformation in you. Your home, your family, everything will radiate with harmony, peace, and abundance. I have come to remove the heavy burden you have been carrying for too long, to rescue you from the exhaustion that weighs on your soul. Trust in me, the one who will never break a promise. When you thought you were alone in your darkest valley, I was beside you. When you wandered through a desert of despair, I brought water from barren ground to quench your thirst for hope. Many times I have protected you, even from the shadow of death. Be vigilant against doubt, my child. It wants to rob you of everything I yearn to give you. Instead of allowing discouragement to choke your words, lift your voice in thanks. Recognize how my love has kept you standing through every storm. I see your hidden wounds, those deep cuts you prefer to hide from everyone. Sometimes you say you do not trust anyone, that you have lost hope in love. You wear heaviness on your shoulders daily, so much so that you hardly notice the beautiful blessings surrounding you. I stand before you now, with my hands open wide, ready to bring healing to every hidden place in your heart. But when my presence draws near, your mind closes the door. It whispers, "I don't need help." My child, if only you had spiritual eyes to see the scars you've been carrying. I want to cleanse them, restore them, and fill you with a joy you have never known. Come to me. I am your Savior, your Deliverer, your ever-faithful friend. I took on the cross for you, so you could know true love and lasting freedom. Give me your heart, and I promise, you will see the difference my love makes. You will discover that life, once heavy with burdens, can be filled with laughter and holy purpose. You will marvel at how your heart is transformed into a spring of compassion and courage that overflows to everyone around you. Do not let another day pass covered in the cloak of sorrow. Place your wounded heart in my hands. Let me heal every bruise, fill every empty place, and show you that love, real love, does exist, and it is more powerful than you ever dared to dream. I died and rose again to prove it. Now believe in me, trust my words, and receive the abundant life I have prepared for you. My grace is enough for all you have endured. My power will lift you higher than you ever imagined. My child, you are loved, completely and forever. Let your soul drink deeply of this truth and step into the destiny I crafted just for you. My beloved child, I want you to understand this simple yet profound truth. There is healing for your soul, abundant, transformative, and waiting for you. It is not a distant dream or an empty promise. I am standing right beside you, ready to renew your mind and wash you clean from head to toe, removing every stain of doubt and fear that has clouded your heart. I have prepared a powerful miracle for both you and your family, a miracle that will sweep through every corner of your life. Listen closely. I will touch your lips with my divine power, so the words that leave your mouth will bring life, not harm, to your destiny. I have never broken my promises to you. From the day you drew your first breath, I have been here, loving you, guiding you, even when you felt undeserving. When you look back on all your struggles, you might still feel the sting of pain and disappointment. But realize this: you are still standing, still breathing because of my faithfulness. I never left your side, not once, and I never will. Yes, you have changed already. The struggles you faced were not meant to break you. They were meant to shape you into a wiser, stronger soul. You have grown in ways you never thought possible, even when you felt like you were losing your way. Remember those moments when I didn't give you exactly what you asked for? When I closed certain doors you desperately wanted open? That was my hand protecting you, sheltering you from harm you couldn't see. I shielded you from people who meant you no good and removed you from places that would have destroyed your future. I have always been committed to your well-being. Now, my plan, higher and more glorious than anything you can imagine, is about to unfold. Let go of the past, including the things I took away that will not return. Trust me when I say, my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your ways. I am leading you toward real abundance and holy prosperity. This is why I ask you to accept my will, even when you do not fully understand it. If you embrace the future I have prepared, you will see blessings appear like doors opening before you, doors you never dreamed could be yours. Those desires hidden in the depths of your heart are not illusions. The dreams you buried long ago will spring back to life in vivid color. Place them in my hands, and I will turn them into realities that leave you in awe of my power. I want to show you, here and now, who I am, the God who takes your burdens and makes a way where there seems to be none. Let your pain melt away in the warmth of my embrace. Feel the spark of joy igniting in your spirit right this moment, reminding you that a season of restoration is near. Lay aside every weight, every doubt, every voice that tells you it's impossible. I am the one who has kept you this far, and I will not fail you now. Let me lift you up, just as I have done in your darkest valleys, just as I led you through deserts where you felt parched and alone. Time and again I have rescued you from threats both seen and unseen. My love for you has been your shield every single day. So do not allow confusion or discouragement to speak louder than my promises. Instead, lift your eyes and declare that you believe in my unfailing love. If you only knew how much I delight in seeing you thrive, you would abandon every anxious thought to my hands. Yes, your soul has been wounded, and your heart has struggled to trust. But my healing power is mightier than any sorrow you have carried. Today, I want you to understand that there is a time and season for every event under the heavens. Nothing in your life is an accident. Nothing that happens to you is without meaning. Every moment, both the joyful ones and the painful ones, has a purpose. I am here to guide you, to strengthen you, and to show you that your times are in my hands. I speak to you as a loving father who wants you to trust in my perfect timing, my perfect wisdom, and my limitless love. My child, I see how often you desire to move forward the instant you catch a glimpse of the path I've laid before you. When I reveal even a small portion of the plan I have for your life, you sometimes feel an urgency, a need to rush ahead with all your might. But I ask you to step back and wait on me. Waiting does not mean you are wasting time. Instead, it means you are lining up your actions with my timing. When I whisper to your heart, "This is your next step," you must also wait to hear me say, "Now is the appointed time." My instructions come hand in hand with my timing. One without the other may lead to confusion, frustration, or even despair. That is why I urge you to seek not only my will, but also my timing, so you can walk in harmony with my spirit. There is a reason I designed life to flow in seasons. If you look around, you will notice how nature itself honors this principle. Spring bursts forth with new life, summer flourishes with growth, autumn gently encourages leaves to fall, and winter settles in with quiet stillness. Each season has a purpose. Each time period prepares the earth for what comes next. Likewise, in your life, I allow certain circumstances to arise to shape you, mature you, and prepare you for the next season. Some seasons are marked by fruitfulness and joy, whereas others feel barren and cold. Even then, there is purpose. I am renewing you internally, tending to the soil of your heart, so that when the new season arrives, you will be ready to bloom again. There are days when you might wish to cling to the comfort of the familiar, hoping to avoid the unknown. This is understandable, for humans often want to hold on to what they know best. However, as your God, I see the entire tapestry of your life. I know exactly what changes need to unfold so you can fulfill the unique calling I have placed upon you. I will never push you into a new season without also providing everything you need to endure and even to thrive. When the moment comes to release the old and embrace the new, do so with faith. Even if you are trembling, cling to me. I am your steady rock, your refuge, your fortress, and your place of unshakable security. Many of my children fear the future because they believe they must face it alone. But that is not the truth. I am always with you. I have pledged my unfailing presence to you, assuring that no step you take will be taken in isolation. If you quiet your heart and listen, you can detect my still, small voice guiding you. When the world's voices shout loudly, telling you that hope is lost or that calamity is near, you can find refuge in my presence, where I remind you that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. My promises are sure and steadfast, like anchors for your soul. I see how the world often speaks against you, especially if you hold dearly to my ways. The mainstream narrative may tell you that faith is outdated or that morality rooted in my word is irrelevant. Yet I want to assure you that truth is never outdated. It is constant, unwavering, and grounded in my character. Do not be terrified or discouraged when you feel outnumbered. All throughout history, my people have felt the pressure of standing against the tides of culture. I am the God who stands beside my children, shielding them from the arrows of opposition and granting them courage to face each new dawn. Courage, my child, is not the absence of fear. Rather, it is the decision to move forward even when fear tries to hold you back. Christian courage, rooted in the knowledge that I am with you, is a powerful shield against the discouraging voices of the world. When you keep your eyes fixed on me, you gain a perspective that transcends earthly circumstances. Instead of seeing yourself as small and powerless, you begin to see yourself as beloved, supported, and equipped by the one who crafted the stars. Let that truth illuminate your heart with a divine boldness. Remember also that the reality you perceive is incomplete. Your eyes can only see the physical realm, and even then, your view is limited. In Scripture, my servant Elijah once believed he was alone, standing for righteousness in a culture that had turned away from me. Yet, unbeknownst to him, thousands of others remained faithful. How often do you mirror Elijah's despair, thinking you are the only one trying to stand strong amid a swirling sea of faithlessness? If your vision is clouded by discouragement, you might not perceive the countless others I have raised up around you. Isolation can warp your perspective, so let my words reassure you, you are not alone. Another time, Elisha's servant trembled because he saw enemy forces surrounding them. He was overcome by terror, believing they were on the brink of defeat. However, Elisha prayed that the eyes of his servant might be opened to see the heavenly armies protecting them, horses and chariots of fire encircling the enemy. With that revelation, the servant understood the truth. My power, my might, and my resources are limitless. Just as I acted on behalf of my prophets in ancient days, I act on behalf of my people now. My angels, my spirit, and my presence cover you, guard you, and wage war on your behalf in ways you cannot see. My beloved one, I want you to live with the certainty that every season in your life matters to me. Some seasons will be marked by abundance, others by pruning, yet all of them will have a divine purpose. Perhaps you are in a season of waiting, longing for direction, a specific blessing, or a breakthrough. In times of waiting, your faith is tested, stretched, and ultimately strengthened. Consider the farmer who plants seeds. He does not see immediate fruit the next day. Instead, he faithfully waters the soil, trusting that the seeds will germinate in their appointed time. Waiting can be an act of worship, a declaration of trust that my promises do not fail. Sometimes when you discover the next step I want you to take, you may feel impatient. You sense that you have discovered my plan. Now you wonder why I am not letting you act on it immediately. My child, remember, I rarely give you every piece of the puzzle all at once. If I revealed every detail of your future, it could overwhelm you, or you might try to run ahead of my plans. I ask you to walk in faith. Faith is learned step by step, moment by moment. Just as the Israelites followed the pillar of cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night, you must move as I lead and rest when I say, wait. Clinging to comfort zones can feel so natural. It may seem easier to remain in a predictable routine than to venture into unfamiliar territory. Yet I remind you that I am the creator of all things. I formed the galaxies, the majestic mountains, the deep oceans, and even the cells in your body. I am more than capable of supporting you through transitions, new opportunities, and changes you never expected. Every ending is the start of something else. Every closed door is a chance for me to open a better one. Every unknown place you step into is ground that I have already surveyed and prepared for you. Do not look at the clock of this world to gauge what I am doing in your life. Earthly timing can distract you. Society may tell you that certain milestones must be achieved by a particular age, that you must measure up to certain standards to be successful. But my ways are higher, my timing is perfect, and my standard of success is rooted in obedience to me and love for one another. If you trust me, I will see to it that you reach the destination I have ordained for you precisely when you are ready. Believe that no door shall remain closed if I decide to open it, and no opportunity shall slip away if I have willed it for you. Take to heart this promise. I am with you wherever you go. In the hours when you feel the mightiest rush of excitement, in the hours when you are burdened by life's darkness, I am there. My presence does not hinge on your emotions. Though you may feel fear and trembling, my hand is steady upon you. Though you may sense the weight of discouragement, my word lifts you up. This is more than a promise. It is a living reality. I am not limited by time, space, or circumstances. Therefore, I can meet you anywhere, whether in the hustle of a busy day or in the solitude of a lonely night. I know how the voices of the world can sometimes seem deafening, pushing you to conform or tempting you to give up. The headlines might appear grim and the future uncertain. You might wonder if the path of righteousness is worthwhile when so many voices call it foolish. Do not let these messages rob you of hope. My hope is not something that fluctuates with the stock market, the political climate, or public opinion. My hope is anchored in my eternal nature. This hope can stand firm in storms and rise above calamities, guiding you with unwavering light even when you see darkness all around. It is also crucial for you to remember that I have infinite resources at my disposal. My storehouse never runs out. When you are pressed on all sides, recall that I am the God who multiplied a small meal of bread and fish to feed thousands. I can multiply what you have, no matter how small. I can bless your talents, your finances, your relationships, your health, and your time in ways that defy human logic. Have faith in my ability to provide. Sometimes I will provide for you directly, in miraculous ways, and sometimes I will provide through the community of believers, prompting someone to help or support you. Either way, it is my love in action. Elijah believed he stood alone in his struggle, but in reality, an entire remnant remained loyal to me. In the same way, you might believe you are fighting solitary battles, be it at your workplace, in your family, or within your own heart. Yet I have stationed people in your life, near and far, who also hold fast to their faith. Open your eyes to the community I have placed around you, and do not isolate yourself. I designed my children to support and encourage one another, reflecting my love in their relationships. If you feel alone, remember that my spirit can weave connections across distances and cultures, uniting you with others who share your devotion. Like Elisha's servant, you may see only the enemies looming around the horizon. Maybe your enemies are not literal armies, but the daily stressors that threaten your peace. Financial concerns, strained relationships, or personal struggles. Yet, if you ask me, I will open your eyes to a profound spiritual reality. My presence overshadows every threat. I command angelic hosts that guard my people, though you may not see them with your physical eyes. What appears like an impossible mountain can be reduced to a plain in the blink of an eye if I decree it. I am not absent in your battles. I am right there on the front lines fighting for you. Patience, my child, is often the key you need to unlock the door to blessings beyond your imagination. Many times people act hastily as soon as they sense the smallest inkling of my direction. Instead, I want you to wait, pray, and remain watchful for my signal. Like a shepherd, I lead you carefully, not wanting to push you forward so abruptly that you stumble. At the same time, I encourage you not to resist my call when I clearly say, "Go." Disobedience can be either running ahead of my schedule or lagging behind it. True obedience is moving in step with me. When you do move forward, do it with faith in your heart. Remind yourself of how I have led you in the past. Recall the prayers I answered, the times I delivered you, the moments you tasted my goodness. Use these memories as stones of remembrance, markers of my faithfulness, so you won't forget them in moments of doubt. These testimonies are vital for building and sustaining your faith. Whenever you feel uncertain, look back at my faithfulness like footprints in the sand, showing that I walked with you every step of the way. And as you do so, celebrate my unwavering kindness, for I am the same God who will guide you in the present and future. What of the times you have been hurt or disappointed? Perhaps you petitioned me for something you sincerely believed was good, only to find that your request went unanswered, or so it seemed. My silence can be difficult to endure, but I urge you to trust my wisdom. Some doors must remain closed for your protection, or because a greater good is in store. You may not see it now, but eventually you will realize that my timing and my ways were perfect all along. Even if you walk through a valley of shadow and tears, I promise to bring streams of living water to refresh your soul at just the right time. If you are in a state of fear, anxious about your circumstances, or weary from the demands of life, let my words sink deep into your heart. Do not be terrified or discouraged, for I am with you wherever you go. This is not merely a slogan, it is a covenant promise. I am not a distant observer, but an ever-present ally, the best friend you could imagine, and a loving father who wants to see you flourish. Turn to me when your spirit grows faint. Let my presence be your resting place, where your thoughts are renewed and your worries relinquished. You might wonder why I allow hardships at all. Why is life not a steady flow of comfort, ease, and pleasure? My child, hardship shapes your character and forms you into a mature believer. It purifies your faith, revealing what you truly trust. While I do not delight in your pain, I use trials as refining fires to remove the impurities that keep you from experiencing the fullness of my grace. Imagine the goldsmith who must heat gold to extreme temperatures. The dross rises to the surface, then is carefully removed, leaving pure gold behind. In the same way, your trials bring to the surface aspects of your heart that you might not recognize otherwise. When you cling to me, I remove the dross, leaving you refined and radiant. Sometimes people around you may say, "Your God has abandoned you," or "You are alone in this." They may point to the difficulty of your situation as proof that I have turned my face away. But nothing could be further from the truth. If you are truly my child, my face is turned toward you with compassion and love, even in your darkest nights. My watchful eye never leaves you. Instead of letting negative voices dominate your thoughts, remember that I hold your future. Your times, your seasons, your tomorrows, I hold them all. The outcome of your life is woven into my grand design, and I will not let you slip from my hands. Think of the lesson from Elijah again. Because he felt so isolated, discouragement overtook him. Isolation can do that. It can warp your sense of reality. That is why I built my church to be a body, a community of believers who encourage each other, pray for each other, and walk alongside one another through trials and triumphs. If you feel alone, reach out. If you see someone else alone, approach them with kindness. In doing so, you reveal the essence of my heart: love, compassion, and fellowship. My spirit moves powerfully when my children unite in prayer and worship. I also want to remind you of the importance of persevering in prayer. Prayer is not merely a ritual, nor is it a magic formula to get what you want. Prayer is communion with me, an ongoing relationship. When you talk to me, you are not speaking into emptiness. You are conversing with the one who created you. Your prayers matter because they connect your heart to mine. As you pour out your worries, hopes, and dreams to me, I listen with tenderness. Sometimes I respond by granting precisely what you ask, and sometimes I respond by granting something far better. In every instance, prayer is your lifeline to my presence. The world's voices can indeed feel overwhelming, telling you that to be wise you must trust only in human strength, logic, or wealth. But true wisdom begins with reverence for me. When you revere me, you place my commandments, my teachings, and my presence above all else in your life. That orientation of the heart becomes the fountain of godly wisdom. With that wisdom, you can discern which path to take, which career to pursue, which relationships to cultivate, and how to navigate the storms of life. Worldly wisdom focuses on immediate gain. My wisdom looks toward eternal significance. I do not want you to be terrified, my child. Terror arises when you believe you are at the mercy of your circumstances. But you are never at their mercy. You are in my hands. Discouragement arises when you think your battles are doomed to fail, that perhaps you have misstepped one too many times. But I say to you, I have not given up on you. I remain faithful. I am the God of second chances, third chances, and countless renewals. Let that sink into your heart, and let it chase away any sense of doom. You might worry about what you see in the world: wars, poverty, injustice, divisions. You might wonder, where is God in all this chaos? My beloved, do not forget that I remain sovereign even when the earth trembles. My redemptive plan is still unfolding, and I have entrusted my followers with shining my light into dark places. Yes, darkness is real, but my light is more powerful, and it shines through you. Each act of kindness, each prayer you whisper, each sacrificial service, these are not in vain. They stand as beacons of my goodness, drawing souls back to me. It is easy to forget the unlimited resources I possess. I control the winds and the waves. The beasts of the field are mine, and the heavens declare my glory. When you feel limited by your lack, turn to me. Whether your lack is in finances, inspiration, companionship, or strength, I have what you need. That does not mean I will always remove your struggles immediately, but I will certainly provide grace for you to bear them, and in time overcome them. Ask me to open the eyes of your heart, so you can see how I am working, even in what appears to be a delay or a disappointment. Elisha's servant glimpsed the spiritual realm when I opened his eyes, and he realized my protection was far greater than the enemy's threat. So it is with you. If you feel besieged by troubles, remember, my heavenly armies stand guard over you, and I do not lose battles. Sometimes I call you to engage in prayer, in worship, or in acts of faith as part of the battle plan. Obedience and trust are mighty weapons in the spiritual realm. As you obey my voice, you align yourself with my unstoppable victory. Now let me address your seasons in more detail. Perhaps you are in a season of planting, where you labor without seeing immediate results. You sow acts of kindness, invest in relationships, or dedicate yourself to a particular calling, yet you see no fruit. Do not be discouraged. A farmer does not doubt the seed simply because it remains buried for a time. I am cultivating, watering, and nurturing the work you have planted. At the appointed time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Alternatively, you might find yourself in a season of harvest, enjoying the fruits of your labor or answered prayers. In this time of blessing, I encourage you to remain humble and grateful. Do not forget who gave you strength to work, who blessed you with the resources to succeed, or who opened doors on your behalf. Use your season of abundance to bless others, for generosity reflects my heart. Show compassion, show love, share my message of hope, so that others may see the light of my presence shining through you. Some of you might be in a season of pruning, a place where I remove certain things from your life, habits, relationships, or possessions, to make room for healthier growth. Pruning can be painful, especially if you have grown attached to what is being cut away. Yet trust that I know what must remain and what must go. Just as a gardener trims away dead branches to help a plant flourish, so I remove what hinders your spiritual growth. In time, you will bear more fruit than you ever thought possible, and you will look back with gratitude for the pruning you once resisted. Others may be in a season of rest, a time when I deliberately slow your pace, urging you to lay down your burdens and rediscover the peace found in my presence. Rest is an act of faith, for it requires you to stop striving and trust that I will sustain you. When I command you to rest, it is not a punishment, nor is it a sign of weakness. It is my loving invitation for you to remember that I am the source of all you need. My yoke is easy, my burden is light, and if you abide in me, you will find the renewal your soul desperately needs. In every season, one truth stands unshakable. I am with you. I do not leave you in springtime, only to return in winter. I do not abandon you when you face storms, nor do I simply watch from a distance when you encounter trials. My presence is woven into every breath you take. Even when you cannot feel me, rest assured I am by your side. Let that knowledge drive away fear and fill you with hope. You may not understand everything happening around you, but you can be certain I am orchestrating events for your ultimate good. Discouragement may creep in when you compare your journey to others. You might see another person racing ahead in what appears to be a glorious calling, while you remain in a seemingly mundane place. But remember, my child, I have unique assignments for each of my children. Comparison can rob you of joy and produce envy or despair. Focus instead on my voice speaking to you. Are you in a waiting season? Then wait faithfully. Are you in a stepping forward season? Then move with courage. Are you in a transitional season? Then trust me in the unknown. My plan for you is precisely tailored to who you are, where you come from, and where I want to take you. It is also crucial to pay attention to the condition of your heart. If you harbor bitterness, resentment, or an unwillingness to forgive, that can block the blessings I wish to pour out upon you. Forgiveness is not merely a favor you grant someone else. It is a healing agent for your own heart. As long as you hold on to grudges, you tether yourself to the pain of the past. Lay down that burden at my feet. Let me teach you how to release others from your judgment, so that you can walk in the freedom of my grace. My message to you is one of hope, transformation, and unwavering love. Reflect on the promises I have made throughout history. I promised Abraham a nation descended from him, even when he had no child. I promised Moses deliverance for his people, even though Pharaoh's heart was hardened. I promised Joshua victory in the promised land, even though giants roamed there. In every instance, my promises stood firm, and my might overcame what seemed impossible. Today, I promise you that I am with you, that I have a plan for you, and that I am working all things together for your good. My word is just as powerful now as it was then. Perhaps you sometimes think, that was for people in the Bible or other believers, but not for me. My child, do not underestimate how valuable you are to me. My love encompasses every man, woman, and child, past, present, and future. My heart longs to draw you near, to bless you, and to reveal my glory in and through you. I do not choose my children based on their status, riches, talent, or perfection. I choose them because of my grace. If you place your trust in me, I will mold you into a testament of my love and mercy, showing the world that I can do extraordinary things in ordinary lives. Finally, I call you to respond. Every revelation I give you, every comfort I offer, every hint of direction, These are invitations to draw closer. Will you trust my timing? Will you wait when I ask you to wait? Will you go when I say go? Will you surrender your fears, your need for control, and your limitations to me, the one who holds the universe in his hands? If you answer yes, prepare yourself for a journey that will stretch your faith, refine your character, and bring you closer to the fullness of who I created you to be. Your times, each season, each day, are in my hands, and I am the God who loves you with an everlasting love. Take these words to heart and meditate upon them. Remember, there's a time for every activity under heaven, and I am the one who orchestrates it all. Rest in the knowledge that you do not have to force my plan to happen. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means giving in to my perfect will. Stand before me with confidence, knowing that I delight in guiding you. Bring your questions, your sorrows, your hopes, and your dreams to me. As you do, I will fill you with my peace, a peace that surpasses human understanding. If you find yourself still unsure, still fearful, recall the stories of old. Remember Daniel in the lion's den, threatened by the ferocity of wild beasts. He trusted me wholeheartedly, and I shut the mouths of the lions. Recall Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the blazing furnace, where I stood with them in the flames and delivered them unharmed. Remember Mary, a simple village girl who said yes to carrying my son, even though she faced scorn and misunderstanding. Over and over again, my people have chosen faith, and I have proven myself faithful. I will do the same for you, if only you trust. Trust takes practice. It is a daily choice to let go of self-reliance and hold fast to my promises. You might falter or stumble at times. That is part of being human. When you do not let condemnation overtake you. My grace is stronger than your failures. With each setback, reach out to me. I will help you stand again. My love is not dependent on your performance, but on the unchanging reality of who I am. Therefore, rid your mind of the lie that you must earn my favor. You already have my favor, sealed by the sacrifice of my Son, Jesus. I call you to walk with your head held high, not in arrogance, but in holy assurance that I have claimed you as my own. Your identity is found in me, not in the shifting tides of public opinion or the fleeting accolades of the world. As you root yourself in this identity, you will experience freedom. You will no longer need to chase validation from others, nor will you quake when criticisms come your way. Stand firmly on the foundation that I have laid for you, the foundation of my truth and love. Finally, my child, let these closing words echo in your heart. I am with you. I am your God. I have appointed times and seasons for your life. Do not be terrified or discouraged, for I go before you. I stand behind you and I dwell within you. I have all the resources necessary to uphold you, guide you, and shield you. If you look beyond the natural, you will see that my angels surround you with flaming chariots, poised to defend and deliver. You are not alone. You are not abandoned. Indeed, you are deeply cherished. Embrace this truth. A season of renewed courage awaits you. A time of hope is dawning. Look at the horizon of your life and see that my light is breaking forth. The darkest nights cannot withstand my brilliant morning. Even if you are currently surrounded by troubles, trust that I will lead you to victory. Let that spark of faith grow into a burning flame in your spirit, a flame that ignites passion, love, and unwavering commitment to my ways. Carry these words with you daily. In your quiet moments, recall them and speak them aloud if you need to remind yourself of my presence. In the busyness of life, let them ring in your spirit. Share them with those who are also in need of hope, for my message is not just for you, It is for anyone who calls upon my name. By passing on encouragement, you become part of my redemptive plan, planting seeds of faith in others. I do not expect you to navigate each season perfectly. I know your limitations, your temptations, your vulnerabilities. I see the tears you cry in secret and the fears you battle in your mind. But I, the Lord your God, am bigger than your fears. I am the conquering king over every storm. I speak peace to your soul and say, "Be still and know that I am God." In that stillness, you will find the reassurance that I, who began a good work in you, will bring it to completion at the proper time. So trust in my timing, my beloved. Believe that I orchestrate all things for your good, for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. Let the knowledge of my unbroken companionship steady you as you walk. Do not let the cynicism of this age drown out my voice. Instead, fix your eyes on me, and you will find that your steps become sure, your heart becomes bold, and your spirit becomes resilient. Lean on me in every moment, when you rise in the morning and when you lie down at night. Turn your worries into prayers, and you will see how faithfully I answer in ways beyond your imagination. Amen.